Hey everybody. Long time no video. It's been forever since I've uploaded. Actually no, it hasn't been that long. But I've still been filming the 5-star read video, and I filmed a May wrap up, but then I left for vacation. I didn't edit it before I left, so I kind of scrapped that. And I can't even remember what the last video I uploaded was. I think it was book haul? I think it was the book haul I did, which was still like forever ago. I just got back from vacation yesterday, and I decided, even though it's Friday right now, Friday, here's the date, I'm gonna start a weekly reading vlog because this upcoming week is the busiest week of my life. I'm working 4 days, and normally I just work 2. I just thought I would update you and like do a fun reading vlog because I haven't done a reading vlog in so long, so I thought I'd do one and just like, you know, have something that I'm used to doing to post, that way to get me back into the routine, because June I'm just mood reading. I'm not really setting a TBR, so I'm kind of just going with the flow, especially since I moved to my new room and then, you know, vacation and then all this work. It's like I've got a lot going on, so I'm not trying to put extra pressure on myself by having to stick to a TBR. I have quite a bit on the to-do list for today. Obviously I just got home from vacation yesterday, so it's kind of like reset time. But I wanted to show you the weather. It's gonna be almost 100 degrees. It started, I'll get dressed and like make my bed and stuff, and then I'll give you a reading update. So let's go. Okay, thankfully the natural lighting is okay, because I was worried I was gonna have to turn on the big light because it looks so dark. I don't have a lamp yet, but I think it looks fine. I'm also about to order a tripod, so do not worry, it will be better soon. But I wanted to go ahead and give my reading update because I got dressed, made my bed, and then I'm gonna, you know, give you the update and then clean my bathroom. And I sort of straightened my room. I still need to unpack a couple things, but I just want to go ahead and pick up this order and like do the stuff I have to do out. Go ahead and get that done so I can get home and watch Bridgerton because I'm so excited. I just want to chill and watch it. I've been waiting for so long and I'm super pumped. So on my iPad, well, okay, let me talk about what I actually read on the trip. So I wanted to read something on my like iPad because I read a lot faster and it was easier to transport around with me. Like if we were in the car, like it was easier to read on this than it was to actually hold a physical book. And sometimes when I'm reading a physical book, especially like in the car, I get really car sick. I'm very prone to car sickness, but with this, like reading on this, especially going up there on our trip, I didn't get sick at all. On the way back, it was different. I did start feeling kind of bad, so I had to stop. And the drive up there, I read The Summer of Broken Rules, which I finished on our trip, and honestly, I think I remember my ratings, but I'm pretty sure I gave it a 4-star. I really enjoyed it, and I seem to have a common pattern of enjoying books that take place on Martha's Vineyard. Like, for example, the book We Were Liars by Eve Lockhart. I read that last summer, no, 2 summers ago, on our vacation, and it was set in close to Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts. This book, Going on Vacation, takes place on Martha's Vineyard. Like, what are the odds on 2 of my vacations I read books that take place in the same spot, and you also have to take a ferry to get to the island, which on both of those trips I had to take a ferry to get to like the place we were going. Like, that's really like a crazy coincidence. I don't have a book cover, but I'll insert it here. After The Summer of Broken World, I started reading Flawless by Elsie Silver because I got it on Prime, like with my Prime account, because I don't have Kindle Unlimited or whatever it's called, but with my Prime account, I get like free books sometimes, and so I downloaded it a while ago, and I was like, you know what, I'll read it. And I've never been one for cowboy romances. Like, I really was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but a lot of the YouTubers I watch, like I see people really enjoy the series, which is the CHESTNUT SPRINGS series. I see people talk about that all the time and they love it. And I was like, you know what, it's free. I'll download it, give it a shot. So I'm nearing, I think I'm around like 40-ish% through it right now. And so far I'm really enjoying it. It was labeled as an enemies to lovers romance, but I don't like when like modern day books or like, you know, realistic books are called enemies to lovers, because really, are you actually enemies or do you just like not really like each other? So it's definitely not enemies. Like that lasts for like 20 pages and then they're already like like gawking over each other, so it's definitely not enemies to lovers. Like, don't go into it expecting that. It's definitely not as enemies to lovers as like the fantasy enemies to lovers. Like, that is just different. Talks about bull riding, which I have no knowledge about, so that's really cool to see like explained and like picture that in my head. And also the whole concept of like the girl Summer is kind of like working as a PR agent for this bull rider Rhett, and they have to like work together and stay together because she needs to help him clear up his image because he got into trouble. And so far the concept is really interesting and I'm liking where it's going. The romance I think is moving kind of fast for only being 40% in. Like, I would have liked to seen it drawn out a bit more, but I'm not complaining. It's really easy to read and it's honestly just really good vibes. Still reading The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen, and I'm still not very far into it. I think I haven't touched this since we left for the trip. I remember reading a chapter of this like the night before we left. So haven't touched this, but since it's so short and I'm really getting into it now, like I was thinking about it the whole time, I'm excited to make some progress on it because the concept of this is so interesting. Like, it's a kingdom, but it's like a bridge, and it's like still so lush and the weather's crazy, and the main character Laura, is an assassin, like warrior princess who is sent to be this cruel king's wife, basically, like an arranged marriage. And so she's just now got there and she's like trying to like be sneaky and like seductive, I guess. Still reading Pride and Prejudice, and I have really not made that much progress. I'm on chapter 10, which is nearly page 50, and like it's that far into it. So definitely slow moving. I don't really have a deadline on this book. I'm kind of just trying to like force myself to read a classic book and get out of the mindset that it's for school, because every time I think of like a book like this, like a Jane Austen or like a Bronte or something like that, I think that it's for school, so therefore I won't enjoy it. But like, nothing is stopping me from just reading it for fun. So I'm trying to like read it for fun, take my time with it, and genuinely like pay attention to it and like enjoy it as a story and not have to dissect anything. So that's my plan for this. I'm not gonna rush myself. However long it takes, I'm gonna do it, but I just want to train my brain to like enjoy these books and like tell myself that yes, I can read like difficult classic books. Even if it takes me forever, I can read them and I can enjoy them. And I'm really looking forward to reading more books that I own, like especially like more fantasy. I'm really in the mood to read Throne of Glass, even though I'm so nervous to continue it with Empire of Storms and like the tandem read. I'm super scared, but like I'm just such in the mood for like a fast-paced book like with characters I love and like just crazy stuff happening. So hopefully I get some of that in The Bridge Kingdom, like with the fantasy. Yeah, I'm just really in the mood for something like that. But I'm not gonna get too excited. I'm trying to really focus on the ones I've already started, because I feel like what I do is I think about the books I want to read instead of what I'm actually reading, and then my enjoyment of the ones I'm actually reading goes down. I still haven't finished Dune, by the way. I'm still only 200 pages in. I really need to pick that back up, but I'm already reading 3 books. I don't want to read 4 at a time. That's it for the reading update. I'm gonna go do some more of my stuff, run my errands, and then it's Bridgerton time. Craving some vanilla ice cream with hot fudge, but we only have hot fudge and no ice cream, so I guess I won't be doing that. But I ate dinner, I read a bit more of Flawless, and I made it up to, I can open my iPad, 50%, which is chapter 18, and I think it's actually like genuinely 50% through the book. Yeah, so far my thoughts haven't changed. I'm still really liking it, and the dynamics between Summer and Rhett have gotten even more interesting, especially as they're opening up like with their past and things like that, and just the whole like family dynamics and like relationships that are being explored is really, really fun to read about. So can't wait to continue that. I did also bring up the Bridge Kingdom to read just in case I felt in the mood for that, but honestly I'd probably just continue Flawless just because it's so easy. I don't have to think, and I can also turn something on in the background if I want to. I don't know, but I came upstairs because some of my family members are watching a movie, and it's one I haven't seen, and it's one I told my boyfriend we'd watch together, so I don't want to like hear any of it. I don't want to be spoiled, so I can't really be in my room unless I want to wear headphones. I don't really want to do that, so we're gonna chill up here for a bit. But yeah, I don't know how much I'll vlog tomorrow because I work all day and it's Saturday, so I'll probably just come home and like take a shower, like get comfy and chill out, and probably watch more Bridgerton or just read more because I don't feel like doing anything tomorrow night. I'm still in like get back from vacation mode. I don't know how much I'll vlog tomorrow, but I made a lot of progress reading today, and honestly, thinking about reading and how much I like am excited to read now after being in like a mini slump is gonna get me through this week, because I might have to pick up like energy drinks or something because I feel like I'm gonna go crazy. I know I said I wasn't really gonna film much today and probably want to update, but I got a package. And no, it is not a book. Sorry to crush your dreams. I'm kind of on a small book buying ban after I bought like 15 books a couple weeks ago. I need to at least make a big dent in my TBR before I buy anything else, so that won't be happening for a while, but you know, if I have another occasion, perhaps I might. A tripod. I went ahead and bought one and stopped overthinking it, and just like, you know, kind of not like splurge, like it was only $20, which is really not that bad. I didn't want to spend that much, but I stopped overthinking it, and I was just like, you know what, just get one, because you keep complaining how you don't have one, yet you don't even buy one. So I went ahead and did it. And you can make it stand like that. It balances. Oh, look at this. This is amazing. Oh my gosh, why didn't I do this sooner? Look, you can see my whole bookshelf. Let me turn my lights on. Yes! I can make book videos standing up so I don't have to absolutely kill my knees. This is awesome. Okay, this is literally like the best thing I've ever purchased. I'm incredibly happy. Highly recommend this tripod. As for an update, I did read a bit at work today because it was really slow, and I read more in Flawless. They're all kind of the same name. They end in less, so I forget. But I read a lot more in, I almost said it again. I read more in Flawless, and I'm currently about 80% through, so I'm really, really close to being done. I think I have about 60 pages left, is what the ebook copy said. So I'll definitely finish that tonight. No worries at all about that. And so far I'm still liking it. The main male character, Rhett, is interesting because I like certain aspects of him, but then he turns around and is the most immature person when you thought he had been developing a little bit. And it's not to say he hasn't developed, like he definitely has, but I don't know how to explain it. There's some things he does where I'm just like, why would you say that? But I love the female main character, Summer. She is so me. She like is constantly worrying about people think. She's definitely a people pleaser, and like she's trying to get over that and like, you know, not be so serious all the time and not be so responsible. And then she shared this one quote. Oh my god, it was so good. And so it's really like making me struggle on what I'm like gonna rate this, because I love her and I like him, but together I think they're cute. I just don't really know how I feel because I really, 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 really love her. My feelings for him like waver sometimes, so I just don't know how to feel. So we'll see how the ending goes. But yeah, so far I'm just really liking it, and definitely will continue the series as of this far because I already put in a hold for the next book, Heartless, at the library. So hopefully that comes in soon because I'm looking forward to continuing the series. My camera battery's really low, so it might die during this clip. Also, sorry for the terrible lighting. I'm literally about to go to bed. But I just finished Flawless by Elsie Silver, and I ended up really enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would, because typically with romance books I can't really get over the like writing and like how sometimes it sounds kind of cringy at certain points in the dialogue. but I could really overlook it in this one. Like, it definitely was not the best thing I've ever read by far, but I could definitely overlook it with this one because the characters were like fleshed out, like they felt developed, they felt real. It didn't just feel like two random like sketches of a person put together to fall in love. Like, that's what I feel like a lot of romances are sometimes, is that they're just like these two people that are in this story to fall in love, and they have no depth whatsoever, and like that's it. Like nothing else is explored with them, and therefore the romance like falls flat because they aren't like developed. But I think Rhett and Summer were both really interesting, and I really liked how they worked out together. I did think the epilogue was a little cheesy. Honestly, it was cute, so like I can't complain. And I did relate a lot to Summer, which I did mention already. And I won't say too much because I don't want to spoil it. I don't really want to say too much at all, just in case anyone wants to read the series. Like, this is my first time reading this series. It's the first book. So I went into it kind of blind. All I knew was that it was like a cowboy romance, and it worked out in my favor because I really liked it. But I did relate a lot to Summer. I think she is very like interesting of like a female main character in a romance, because a lot of times they have like this tragic backstory and like they swear off love or something. Summer kind of had that with her backstory. It wasn't like super dramatic, but it was definitely like not, you know, an easy life, and not an easy like past relationship. But she is so like mature the way she handles it. Like she kind of self-sabotages sometimes with her people pleasing, but she handles things so like maturely, and I just really admire that. And like, maybe I'm not exactly like that, but like I see myself in her with her people pleasing and like always wanting to like help others and like put others first and like really care deeply for people like that. And I'm just like that sometimes, so I really saw myself in her. But I just really liked how mature she was, and like she handled things like an actual person and not just like, you know, a brainless main character that like needs to create drama for there to be drama. I'm just still not used to being in this room and like sleeping down here. I'm not used to it at all, but I'm slowly getting there, I guess. That's it for my little flawless spiel. I think I'm gonna get ready for bed and like, you know, brush my teeth and things like that. And then I'm probably just gonna lay in bed and edit this vlog, like the clips I've filmed so far. Yeah, I don't think I'll read any more tonight. I think I'll just continue tomorrow and like update later. So I'm gonna get ready for bed. Hey guys, so it is Monday night? Yeah, Monday night. I had a really kind of rough day at work and just a rough day in general. I started my periods. I'm not really feeling too good, but I came home and I took a nice hot bath, so I feel nice. And my hair, my curls turned out really nice, so I'm happy with that right now. But I wanted to update because I did do a lot of reading last night in the Bridge Kingdom. I know I said I wanted to get up to halfway, but I only made it up to about page 100, which is not really halfway, but the font is kind of small in this book, so it was a bit slower than I expected. Not in like story terms, but just like actual reading terms, I guess. But I definitely plan to read more before bed. I'm gonna get comfy and with my heating pad and just lay in bed. But I wanted to talk to you about something exciting that I'm going to be doing in July and probably August, depending on how that goes. I used to watch this YouTuber who did the magical readathon when it used to be Harry Potter themed, and I'm kind of sad it's not Harry Potter themed anymore. But I'm also excited because the new like story that their creator came up with is so cool, and it's so like original and interesting, and it's just a lot of fun. So if you don't know, the Magical Readathon is basically a month-long readathon that you can participate in by doing different reading prompts, basically where you read a different book based on certain prompts. And there's a whole lot of lore to this one. The Harry Potter one I feel like is a lot easier to explain because it was based on the owls and newts exams that Hogwarts students take. but this is like its own world. Like it is very original and creative. So for me to like explain it, it's gonna be kind of complicated, but if you want to know more about it, I'll link the YouTuber called Book Roast. I'll link that like channel and the video that I first watched to understand it if you are interested in learning more about it. But you don't have to. This is just if you want to like really understand what I'm talking about. But I'm basically going to be participating in the magical readathon on my own just because I don't really know anyone else doing it, and like, you know, I'm just a little baby here on YouTube, so I'm just doing this for fun. But I thought I would do the magical readathon for fun too. And it started like a while ago. I'm just now getting into it, and you're technically supposed to do the spring like semester readathon before you do the autumn one, but I really want to do the autumn one like soon, like on the time where it's supposed to be, so I can participate in real time. And then next year when the spring one rolls around, I can do that too. But yeah, so I'm kind of gonna break the rules, but it's all for fun, so it doesn't really matter. It's really cool because it allows you to create your own character and do a readathon for that, like read different books based on the way you create your character. I don't really have time for that, but I did create for myself my own version of that that I'm gonna do next month in July, because I think it'll be really interesting and really fun. So let me show you what I had to do. Basically, I took the like kind of almost like sorting quiz into a guild that this lets you do, and I got House of the Arcane, which sounds really, really cool, but basically it's this guild that focuses on the science of magic. And like I basically go to this fictional university called Aurelium, I think is how you pronounce it. And you know, I did this test and I got chosen by this guild, House of the Arcane, to be in House of the Arcane when I'm at this university doing my reading. So yeah, it's really cool, and I get certain like perks and benefits because I'm in this guild, which I'll get into, and I have like different specialties, and yeah, I also got to create my character, so let me show you that. So here's my little character sheet. I drew myself as an elf because I obviously chose to be an elf, like it's the coolest one, and I chose to be a wildling, so like I grew up in a small town, not a big city girl, and then I chose to be from the continent called Eartheria, I think you pronounce it that way, and then I'm an elf, obviously. So it's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, like it kind of reminds me of Skyrim too, like creating your own character with all these different races and like having different powers and stuff like that. So it's just a lot of fun. It's kind of silly, but I really love this type of stuff. For the like readathon thing I created for myself to do, I just chose the reading prompts for my character traits and also for the conduit and legacy that my character will have. So my character is basically me. I tried to come up with like a fun fantasy name, but they all kind of sounded really silly, so I just went with my name. But for my conduit, which is basically the artifact that I get to use as a member of my guild, conduits that are available to me are crystals and orbs because I'm in House of the Arcane. But then I also have feather, spellbook, staff, sword, and wand, which are available to everybody. So I have those options. And then for my legacy, which is like something that is passed down and like taught to me by the higher ups in this fictional guild, for me, I get a specific artifact, which there are a bunch of different options that sounded cool, but the one that interested me most was called Pocket Dimension, which basically I get to summon a interdimensional pocket to like put things, kind of like, you know, like Hermione's bag, where it's just like this, it's enchanted to be like hold anything of any size. It's kind of like that, except it's in interdimensions. I wish this was real so bad. This would be so much cooler if it was real, but it kind of sounds silly when I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be able to have a pocket dimension, and it's not real. I have nothing to show for it. I enjoy this. It makes me happy to like do all this. Like, it's so fun. It just adds some spice to like my life, I guess, and to my reading. Let me tell you what prompts I'll be doing for this little mini readathon I'm gonna do in July. And I'm gonna make a separate like TBR video for it, explaining it again when that time comes, like at the end of this month. But I'm just really into it right now, so I'm just gonna explain it. For background, obviously I chose to be a wildling, so the prompt is read a book largely set in a forest or outside. Don't know what that, I actually don't know what any of these books are going to be yet. I'll obviously find out when I make my TBR. And then for my province, which is Eartheria, read a book that features fae or elven characters. For heritage, which is elf, read a book with moon or stars on the cover or in the title. For my conduit, I kind of gave myself some options because I wanted to challenge myself to see if I could do both. Like if I could have my specific to my guild conduit and just like a general conduit. That'd be really cool if I could just have two. But I also wanted to not overwhelm myself with the amount of books I'm trying to read. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if I include both conduits. But even if I don't like get one, I'll be happy if I just get one or the other. That way I could at least read 5 books. That'd be great. So I chose crystal, which is read a book with a crystal word in the title or the series name, or sword, which is read a book with a blade on the cover. So I feel like those are both kind of manageable, and if neither of them end up working out, I could just choose something else. It's no big deal. And then for my legacy, which is pocket dimension, like I just said, it is read an ebook. So seemed pretty self-explanatory. Actually, not really. It's kind of complicated, but once, like, if you want to do this, just do all the instructions and like go through it all to experience it, because reading all the stories, it makes me actually want to read a book about this. So it's really cool, and hopefully I explained that well so it's not too confusing. But I'm super excited, so I'm very pumped to be participating in this in July, and then we'll see if this works out and if my like schedule allows. I can participate in the actual like autumn semester that they call it in August. That'd be so fun. But yeah, I've always wanted to do something like this, so I'm glad that I'm finally getting into it. So I'm about to go lay in bed and read more of the Bridge Kingdom, and I'm just gonna go like fill up my water bottle and stuff and get cracking. I also forgot to say that when I do the actual like semester readathons during the spring or the fall, I'll get to choose a calling, which is basically like my job, like my career that I'm studying for. And they have some really cool options, like necromancer or like beastmaster, or what's another cool one, dreamwalker. So many cool options, and I have to fulfill like different prompts for each one, so it'll be challenging, but that's what I'm here for. I'm super pumped, and I can't wait to like play around with this and just give it a try. Like, hey guys, so I'm home from work now. It's been kind of a rough work week, but that's okay because a lot of exciting stuff is happening with reading and like everything else I'm doing, so that's good. But I wanted to give you a reading update. So work was a bit slower today because I was at a different location, and it's normally like a slower pace over there, and I have time to read sometimes, but I actually didn't read at all. I was planning to read more of the Bridge Kingdom, but I didn't touch it. I read a couple more pages last night, so I'm on page 102, and I'm planning to read more before bed. But yeah, I thought I would read more of this today, and I didn't, so that kind of sucks. But that's okay because I'm gonna continue it soon. So, and then I had a hold for the Hunger Games come in through the library, through Libby. So I started that on an audiobook, and this will be my second time reading this series. And ever since I heard that the, what's it called? The Sunrise of the Reaping, the new Hunger Games book is coming out in 2025, I was like, I need to reread this. So I started this on audiobook, and yeah, I forgot how good the writing actually was for like the time period. I'm not saying like it was ever bad, but I just remember, I guess it's because I read it because I was young, when I was younger. I remember it being like a lot different. So yeah, I'm just still like really enjoying this. I think I listened to about 8% so far. I'm listening on double speed, so I definitely will finish this week. I really hope to just keep listening to it. That way I can like get through the series pretty quickly. Also had a hold come in through the library for Heartless by Elsie Silver, which is the next book in the Chestnut Springs series, and I recently finished Flawless, as you saw in this video, so I was like, you know, I enjoyed it, I'll continue. So I got the second book, and I had to get a physical copy because they didn't have it through Libby, but I'm okay with that because I feel like this will be easier and like faster to read maybe, plus the composition of this feels so nice, and it's kind of floppy, and like it's just nice to hold in general. I don't know, that might just be weird with me. Those are gonna be the rest of my reading plans for this week. I still have Pride and Prejudice over there, but honestly I haven't really thought about that. I do plan to continue, but I just probably won't talk about it. I'm excited to start Heartless and continue with these two. So yeah, I have just a lot of editing to do tonight. I really want to get ahead so I'm not behind when I want to upload this. So I'm gonna get going on that. Hey guys, so it's currently Wednesday night. I got home from work and I kind of have to be in a rush because I need to get ready to go to my boyfriend's house because we're gonna hang out, I'm gonna stay over, and we're gonna have a fun day tomorrow. So I probably won't film any tomorrow. If I do, I'll definitely try and include some things. But yeah, we're gonna go out to dinner tomorrow night and I'm super excited. But I wanted to give a quick reading update before I have to get ready and leave because I made a lot of progress in Heartless yesterday and today, and I literally picked it up from the library yesterday and I'm already on page 108. So yeah, I've honestly been flying through it so far. It's so easy to read and I think I'm enjoying this a lot more than I was with Flawless. I still really enjoyed Flawless, but I don't know, I just like these characters a lot more. I found Rhett to be kind of whiny in Flawless. Like, I don't know, his character was good, but he came off as like really immature sometimes. And yeah, these characters definitely aren't perfect. Like, they're always not the best written thing I've ever read, but there's just something about it. Like, I just love seeing their stories unfold, and it's just like kind of addicting and like really easy to consume, and I just want to keep reading. So I just like can't put it down. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying it, so I definitely hopefully will finish it maybe by this weekend. That might be too ambitious, but I'm just really like looking forward to reading this. I don't know when I'll continue the Bridge Kingdom. I still am trying to read as much as possible, but right now I think my brain just needs like something easy. And like, I know that sounds like an excuse, but I just like, I don't know, I just cannot focus enough to think about the fantasy stuff that's going on in that book. So Heartless is where I'm at right now. And I did listen to a bit more in the Hunger Games last night when I was journaling, and I didn't listen to today, but I listened to more, so I think I'm nearing the 40% mark, which is actually really good because I started that yesterday too. So I'm doing really good with reading and I'm really happy with what I'm reading and I'm excited to continue. I am very much in a Harry Potter mood. Like, I could definitely just pick up a Harry Potter book right now and read that and drop everything else. Like, I really don't know why, but I am just in the mood to read that. So the next one that I need to reread is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, but obviously that's a bigger book. So I don't know if I'll do that, when I'll do that, because I'm trying to do some readathons in the next couple months. So we'll have to see. I might just pick it up on a whim and have that be a background book, but I really don't know. Hey guys, so it's currently Saturday and I'm actually not working today, which is very nice. I'm very much enjoying my day not being at work, especially after like a crazy work week, like working a lot and just like some crazy stuff happening. I'm really glad I'm not there today, but I'm about to leave for my cousin's graduation party in like a little bit, but I wanted to give a reading update before I went because I don't know what I'll be doing tonight or tomorrow, but I just wanted to update because I made a lot of progress. I hoped to also like film this morning, but it didn't really work out because I went to the gym and then I came home and I got ready and I was gonna film, but then like everyone wanted to be in the basement and like it was really hard to like talk, like be loud and, you know, film without interruptions or just like noise. So maybe I can film tonight, or I'll wake up early tomorrow and film because I want to get some videos done. For reading, I finished The Hunger Games. I finished listening to it, I think like just a little while ago, but I didn't have that much left and I was like, you know what, I'll go ahead and finish it, why not? And I'm very glad I did because this was so good. Like I forgot how good this was and how like closely the movie adapted it, like plot wise. Like I think character wise a lot of stuff was missing, like with Katniss and stuff, but honestly it's such a great adaptation. I don't know why like I didn't treasure it more when it came out and like as a fan of this series, like I don't really know. I also can't believe I gave this 3 stars the first time I read it. I think I just didn't really understand like ratings, like for me, like my personal ratings. So I gave it a 3 stars, but this time around I gave it a 4 stars. So it was very good. I very much enjoyed it, and the audiobook I highly recommend. The narrator was really good. And yeah, I'm glad to have finished this. My hold for Catching Fire for audiobook is probably gonna take a couple weeks, so I don't know when I'll start that, but yeah, I'm glad to have started my reread of this series. For my next audiobook, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about Pride and Prejudice a lot, but I decided to pick that up on audiobook because I hadn't touched it in like a week reading physically, and I was reading it super slowly like physically, and I know I said like I'm not giving myself a deadline, I'm not trying to pressure myself with this, but I also like don't want to be reading this for like ages because it's a library book. So I think I'm gonna like return the physical copy to the library and then just keep my hold for the audiobook and listen to it because I still want to listen to it. I just want something to listen to that I can before my holds come in. I think I'm like about 20% through this book right now. My battery's about to die, so I gotta be quick, but I made more progress in Heartless too. I think I got up to about page 140, which is chapter 13. So this has been like really easy, really quick. I'm still really enjoying this. So I'll definitely continue it this weekend and into next week, but I definitely want to finish it before the month's over. That's my goal with that. Last night, I watched Dune Part 2 for the 3rd time because some of my family wanted to watch it. And I love that movie. Like I love Dune so much. As you guys know, I started reading the book and then watching it again last night. I was like, why did I stop reading it? Like I've just like not been in the mood. I just haven't really thought about it, and just the thought of like annotating it like I was just not really what I wanted. But after watching the movie again, I'm like, yeah, I need to continue this. I need to finish this. I need to see the differences between the book and the movie. And especially before the new one comes out because I want to read Dune Messiah before the Dune Messiah adaptation comes out. So I think I'm going to pick this back up. I'm still reading The Bridge Kingdom, but honestly, this, I'm like, I don't know, I'm not going to rush myself on this. I've been reading it for like months already, so it's no big deal. I'll be continuing Dune as of now, and really I'm excited to continue this because I love this story. I love the world. It's really dark and really like crazy, but it is just so good. Like, I can't imagine like creating something like this. I hope to one day when I write my books, but I don't know. Anyways, that's all I have for now, and I'll see you later. Okay, so it's a bit later and I've taken off my makeup. As you can see, I'm all comfy and I'm about to get even comfier because I'm going to just lay in bed. It's currently about 10:30 right now, and I did play with the idea of like trying to do a 24-hour readathon where like I start tonight and go until tomorrow because I really don't have that many plans tomorrow. Like I need to go to the gym. I'd like to go to the thrift store because I want to see if I can find any clothes for the Renaissance fair that I go to. Just more like, you know, fantasy kind of looking clothes, like frilly stuff, because I have some, but I want to see if I can find more options, especially for my boyfriend because it's really hard to find guys' clothes for that kind of thing. So I would like to do that if I have time. But other than that, I really don't have plans. I just need to wrap up like editing this vlog. I've got another video edited and like scheduled, so I'm really caught up on editing. I did a lot of that tonight, but I really just want to read tomorrow. So I think I might let myself do that. I really don't think I'll hold myself to like a 24-hour strict readathon, but I want to see how much I can read. I really just want to make some progress and try and wrap up this month on a good note, so that way I can go into July like not in the middle of anything really. So we'll see, but I think tonight I am kind of tired, but I don't have anything to do tomorrow, so I don't have to like go to bed at a certain time. Like normally I try and hold myself to, you know, a reasonable bedtime, but I don't have much to do. So I think I'm gonna just get in bed and read as much as I can, you know, read until I'm sleepy, and hopefully my cats will come lay with me. That would make it so much better. I'm gonna continue Heartless just because I don't want to think, you know, I haven't had a busy day, but this is the perfect thing to just sit down and relax to at the end of the day, you know? Plus I'm at a really good part. Like it's getting into the part where they're realizing they kind of have feelings for each other, but they don't know what to do about it. So it's getting really interesting. And if I'm feeling up to it, I might read a chapter or two in the Bridge Kingdom, but honestly, I really don't think I will. I stopped reading in the middle of a random chapter, so I can't even tell you where I am. I don't know what's going on right now, and I really do want to pick this up. I really want to continue, especially because I was so excited with this, and I don't plan on putting this down, but I don't know. It's gonna take a lot of willpower for me to get through this, and I hate saying that just because I had such high hopes, and I'm not saying that because it's bad, but I just thought this would be super fast paced and I'd be way more into it than I actually am. So I don't know, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully I can finish it before July, but yeah, we'll see. Hey guys, so it's currently Sunday and I actually did not end up reading as much as I thought I would last night. Let me get my book. Yeah, so I had planned to read more Heartless last night when I got into bed, and I did read some. I got up to chapter 15, but I think I was only on chapter 13 when I was continuing. So I didn't really read that much, but I ended up watching some YouTube. I don't know, my brain just really needed to, I don't know, just watch something. I just didn't really read that much. But I'm planning to read more today, especially because my hold on Libby for my new audiobook came in, and that is for Strange the Dreamer, which I've already read before and I gave 5 stars. It's like one of my favorite books ever, but I really need to reread it because I haven't read the sequel called Muse of Nightmares yet, and I've had that on my TBR for ages, and I'm ready to finish the series now. Like, I'm ready to have that 5-star book because I know it's gonna be that. I know it's gonna be 5 stars, especially because I love this one that much. Like, look how many tabs I have. So I'm gonna listen to an audiobook because that way I'll get it done faster, and I've heard the audiobook is really good, so hopefully this one is. I'm also planning to annotate a bit more, just if I have things to annotate, because I haven't read it in a while and I feel like I'll have more thoughts since I haven't read it for like 3 years, I think. 2 years? 3 years? I don't even know. But yeah, I'm really excited to start this, and I'm also going to do some journaling while I'm listening to it because I have this is my like 2022 journal I have, and I have not finished some spreads, and I'm definitely not going to get to every spread because some I just don't care like to do anymore. Like it's from such a long time ago that I'm like, I don't even remember what I did for this and like why I wanted to make a spread about this. Like in retrospect, it doesn't seem that important. So I'm just doing a couple in this one. This is my new journal, which I haven't done that much in, but I've been doing some spreads for like recent events I've had. So definitely will keep up more with this, but I thought I'd go back and do the final touches on this one since I have time and since I'm in the mood to do this today. I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna listen to my audiobook and do some journaling, and I'll show some clips. So I'm gonna wrap the vlog up here. I've had a lot of fun filming this week. It was really nice to like keep up with the weekly reading vlog again. I honestly love doing them and I missed filming them. They're so much fun for me, and I love just like sharing my week and my reading. Even if, you know, not many people watch it, I still just have so much fun just filming and editing it and just talking about the books I'm reading and the books I'm loving. So I'm going to talk about what I finished reading this week and what I made progress in before I close it off. So I guess we'll start with Pride and Prejudice. I did not read that much of this, but I started listening to the audiobook and I got 20% through this. I didn't start this week, but I made more progress. So now I'm currently 20% through. I won't be reading the physical copy. I'll be sticking to the audiobook just because that is way more convenient and just way easier for me. Then I also finished reading Flawless by Elsie Silver. I don't remember which day that was. Honestly, it feels like forever ago, and I'm reading so much right now I can't even remember what happened like the week before this. But I really enjoyed that. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I do think it was very fun, lighthearted cowboy romance. Wasn't my favorite romance book I've ever read, but I'm excited to continue the series, and then I did end up continuing the series by picking up Heartless by Elsie Silver also. And I read more of this like today recently, and I got up to page 217, which is chapter 19, so a little over halfway through. Hopefully I can read a lot more and finish it this early this week, and that way I can lead into making more progress into the Bridge Kingdom, because this has been a really slow read for me. I haven't made that much progress in it, but I'm hoping to get through it soon, especially before July starts and I start my next month's reading plans. So hopefully I can make more progress in this week. I'm still really enjoying it. Not as much as I thought I would, which is really disappointing, but you know, I'm not that far into it, so I still have time for my thoughts to change. The next audiobook I finished was The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. This was a reread for me, and I ended up giving it 4 stars. I think it's such a fantastic series, and honestly, I'm still so shocked at how accurate they made the movie adaptations. Like, I just feel really proud that I get to call myself a fan of that series and that world. Obviously, the events are terrible, but the commentary is great. And so, yeah, I just really loved listening to it again. I think the audiobook was phenomenal, and hopefully my hold for Catching Fire comes soon. I'm looking forward to listening to that. And my next audiobook I picked up was Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I've already read this, so this is another reread for me. I want to pick up Muse of Nightmares, which is the second book in this duology, hopefully soon after I finish this, but it's been like 2 years since I've read this book, so I wanted to, you know, refresh my memory, and also I love it, so I just wanted to, you know, take in the story again before I go on to the rest of the story. I made it up to chapter 5 and I listened to this on audiobook. So far I'm really liking the audiobook. I was kind of nervous because sometimes if the narrator's voice is strange, I can't like listen to it, like I won't enjoy it. but the narrator does really good voices for all the different characters, so you can distinguish it, and just the way he reads Laini Taylor's writing is so good. So even on double speed, like, it's easy to understand. And yeah, it's just overall a really good audiobook so far, so I'm definitely excited to make progress in this week. Hopefully I can finish some books, we'll see, but I really want to before July because I have a really great TBR set for July, which you will see up very soon. I hope you enjoy watching me throughout this vlog, and I'll definitely have a lot more videos up soon. I'm really caught up on like filming and editing, and I'm so excited for what's to come these next couple months. So yeah, thank you for watching again, and I'll see you in my next video.